Hey everybody, what's going down? Steve here. Welcome back to Command Centre Wargaming. Alright, first of all, I'd just like to thank everybody. We just passed the 600 subscriber threshold yesterday, and so I'll be doing the prize draws out on Sunday. Okay, that's Sunday Australian time. Alright, somewhere through the day there. It's going to be awesome. Alright, so today what I'm doing is I'm just having a look around at some of my Smash Captains, looking to do a little bit of work on them. Because I went down to the store today, and basically there's a game going on for 500 points where you could basically go through and play 500 points of whatever you want, just sort of like team games. I think it's pretty cool, so it's going to fit in with my schedule really well as well. So I thought, well, hey, 500 points, why not like run 3 Smash Captains or something of the sort, or maybe 2 Smash Captains and a couple of Primaris or something like that, Blood Angels. It would be really cool, you know, just for fun. And so what I decided to do is I decided to finish these guys up, and just after this video I'll show you a little bit of a close-up of them. They're a bit of a conversion of the Slamginius's Smash Captains. And what I wanted to do is I went through and I wanted to put some Candy Red on these. Now, I've seen a lot of things going around on the net with Candy Red. Candy Red seems to be the big thing at the moment. A couple of months ago, it was basically Tamiya Clear Blue or Mig Ammo Blue, which I have another sort of video on there where I can tell you how to do that one for the Ultramarines. And now it seems to be this Candy Red, so I think it looks pretty cool. I first saw it on some Custodes, and I reckon it was really awesome, and I thought I'd try to emulate it. So what I've done in this video, I've basically gone through and had a look at some shades of red using different metallics and everything to see which would look the best with Tamiya Clear Red. All right, with the paint overs. Okay, so it's a bit of an experiment video. All right, where I go through and I basically have a look and work out like what shade of base Mig Metallic Red is the best for the base of the shoulder pads for the Blood Angels here. So it should be really cool. I often paint like this. It's basically the way I work out my colors and things like that. So I know that people were sort of requesting more painting tutorials. This isn't one of those painting tutorials, guys, where I work you through the whole mini and everything like that. It's basically just going through, showing you my workflow, save you guys a little bit of time. If you're thinking about doing some Candy Red, go in there and, you know, watch my video, choose which color you think is best for you as opposed to wasting your own paint. So yeah, awesome. All right, everybody, fantastic. And that's why I'm calling this Professor Steve's painting experiment, because that's pretty much what it is. It's finding our way around Candy Red with Tamiya Clear Red and the Mig Ammo Metallics range. We also have Mig Ammo Aluminium as well. So you know, I won't spoil it for you. You can watch the video if you're after some info on that. And yeah, all right, guys, I'll catch you in there. Thanks. Hey everybody. All right, cool. So these are my 2 Smash Captains that I'm finishing up, basically to run in this 500-point game coming up next week. So they're pretty cool. I mean, it's nothing super new, you know, that we haven't seen before, but these are sort of my versions of them. And I figured because these guys are commanders, that we can put some, you know, blood red candy sort of metallic paint on them as well. Because they're Blood Angels, they should actually have some sheen to them, a little bit of bling. And all these guys are, look, they've just got their first layer on. They've just been base coated in Retributor armor and a little bit of Vallejo gold, and then a little bit of this one here, which is bright gold. So which is pretty bright. It's not too bad, this stuff. I'll just put that there. All right, so you can see that. But I'll go through and I'll highlight over that with auric gold, and then, you know, do silver after, that kind of stuff. But this sort of video is not really about that. It's more about the red candy. But I just really wanted to show you sort of what I'm doing, what I'm using them for. In this match, I've got 500 points, and it's basically just whatever you want to play, really. So I was thinking about running 3 Smash Captains, and maybe some Scouts, or maybe 2 Smash Captains, maybe some Primaris, or whatever. So I just thought I'd sort of get them up and going on. yeah, so we'll get a little bit of a close-up of these guys, which should be cool. So I can just show you the models. There we go. Alright, so it's cool. You can see I've just done a wash with them, and it's all a very basic wash. But I will be going back over these again. And you can see here how sort of like a lot of the highlights are popping up. Like note the leg there, the lower leg and the shield. So you sort of got that, you get that tone within the golds, and that will be worked on a little bit later as well, going through that. So here's the second one, and I've got a third one somewhere, but I haven't undercoated him yet, so he's still being put together. And all it is, guys, is basically just a it's just a Blood Angel's head and basically shoulder pads and stuff, taken from the Def Company box. All right, just standard jetpack and Age of Sigmarite flying dude legs, and then I've changed the shoulder pads on him. This one's got the same shoulder pads, and then all I've done is I've just taken the Thunder Hammers, I think, from the Blood Angels kits, and I've just gotten the Death Watch Storm shields, or the black shields, and just chucked some Blood Angels heraldry on the top there, which is pretty cool too. So they're pretty easy to convert up, you know, as you're going along, and if you've got a few kits lying around and stuff like that. And yeah, so I said nothing completely new here, guys. You know, these people have been doing this stuff like for a while, but like I said, I thought that, you know, they'd be really good to test out this red candy on. I want to put some red on the shoulder pads over here. So on the side here, I want to put some shoulder pads, some red in there, some red maybe on the armor and stuff like that. Just little bits, because you know, they're meant to be Blood Angels, so I don't want them pure gold. They're not custodes. Even though I've got my Telemon and all that ready to go in the background, all my Telemons actually. I've got like quite a few custodes here that I'm working on. So at the moment, but yeah, pretty much. So should be all right. All right, so let's have a look. Alright, so cool. So what I'm basically going to do is I've just got one of my custodes here, one of my Aquilon Guard that I've undercoated in Vallejo Negro Gloss Black, which is pretty cool. Now, I've heard a lot of people on their Facebooks put crap on this paint, on Vallejo primers and that, basically saying that they're really hard to use and all this kind of like that stuff like that, and they basically rub off and all this kind of stuff like that. They can rub off a bit, guys. But to be honest with you, they're actually pretty easy to use when you know how to use them. Alright, so you know, no big deal there, but just to let you know, I'm just priming everything in Negro Gloss Black from Vallejo. You can check out some of my other tutorials on that a little bit later there on the channel already. So what I'm going to do, I've got my MIG paints here. Alright, again, there's another video on this set on the channel. You can check them out. I'll put a link down below. And what I'm going to do is I've got these forks, right? Now these forks are very similar finish to my Negro Black Gloss. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through, I'm going to spray some of these metallic paints on the forks. This is kind of like going to be my little shader ball here, so I can see what's going on. Now usually you do it on a spoon, right? So you can see what it looks like on round surfaces, but I pretty much got that anyway here, like, because you know, you've got that round surface here, and you basically, we're going to just test out a few of the metals, right? Then we're going to have a look at what this Tamiya Clear Red looks like over the top, and we're going to take from there. Now, Tamiya has a metallic paint as well, but I just don't think it has quite the look that I want for these Blood Angels. I kind of want it to be sort of like not so metallic, just more sort of like candy, I guess. So let's check it out and see how we go. What I'll do is I'll turn the camera off now, and I'll go through and I'll spray these. You don't have to watch me do that. We'll take a look at the colors, and then we'll see how we go. Alright, excellent. Alright guys, fantastic. So I've gone through and I've sprayed these on, so it's pretty cool, onto the forks. Now, it's important to note, like, I've seen a lot of people try to do this, and there are a few different techniques for it. Okay, so the first one I've seen is people trying to use basically like silver. Other people been trying to use black as a base color to then go through and put on your Tamiya Clear Red. Now, and then I've seen other people try to use like a light copper sort of effect. Now, the thing is that I actually don't think either of those is the best way. I reckon the best results is going to come from a mix of the two, because silver seems a little bit too light, okay, when you put the Tamiya Clear Red on it. And I think that black, metallic black, that's the other one people been doing. I've seen it on a lot of custodes, basically undercoating it metallic black and then putting the Tamiya Clear Red on top. And so I think it should be like a little bit of a mix between the two shades. Now I'll just go through, I'll show you what's going on here. So this first fork is silver, just plain silver. So let's just go in there and have a look at that, so you can see it. All right, so it's pretty cool. It's not a bad color there. It's looking pretty silver. All right, now because the surface of my object is shiny, it's okay. I don't really need to go through and you know, undercoat these. So we're just testing now. Okay, guys. The next one is Gunmetal. Now I reckon this is a pretty strong contender. Okay, because it's sort of a mix between, it's a dark kind of metal color, and on the back we've got brass. Now I'm interested to see how that will do. Right, so that actually I think will look quite nice on the shoulder pads as well, with some red on the top. And then we have this one. What was this one called? This is a burnt iron. Now I do like this color. I think this is more appropriate to the shade that we want for the candy red, but it doesn't have quite the same finish as the other metallics. So you can see it's actually very blunt there. It's very dull, right? So the other metallics are a lot more shinier, right, than that one. So we do want it kind of shiny, but I want it dark. So then we've got this. This is just copper, right? I think this is going to be the winner. Actually, it's like a dark copper. Right, and then on the back here we've just got, I think it's steel. Now steel's nice, really shiny, so we'll see how that comes up. And then we've got polished metal. Alright, so we've got polished metal here, which is also pretty good. Alright, and on the back here you've got some more burnt iron. I actually sprayed that twice by accident, so it's all good. Now this is the standard Mig Metallic Red, which I don't think is doing a bad job, but I just don't think it's quite where I want it. It's not that candy color. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go through, we're going to keep doing some tests on things and see how it goes, because I want the Dark Angels red to be red, but it should be dark, right? It shouldn't be that sort of like Alpha Legion sort of hue, shiny, clear red, right? It should be sort of dark candy red, all right? That's the way I'm sort of seeing it. And you're seeing here with the red color here, I'm kind of getting that here where it's just a little bit too light. So let's have a look at it and see how it goes. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go through, I'll keep the camera rolling for this one. The paint should be dry enough. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to spray some of this candy red, sorry, not candy red, Tamiya Clear Red onto these, just to see how we're going with it. Alright, I could always edit it out later if there are any issues. So yeah, like remember, we're just testing this out. Now the Tamiya Clear Red will come in somewhat thick, so just make sure that you give it a good water down for your airbrush, but not too much, like literally just the tiniest little bit, guys, because too much, you're just going to stuff it, right? It has to be a good consistency there, right? It kind of looks like medicine a little bit, all right? But you need to basically go through and just mix that with a little bit of water, all right? Otherwise, you're gonna clog your brush up. All right, so just being very careful not to spray this out all over the place. You see, it's very, very, very thick. Very careful with stuff. It can clog your airbrush up quite quickly if you're not careful. But that should be right. Alright, let's start getting some of this candy red on here and see how it goes. A little bit of water there because I flushed the brush through. There we go. So it's very important with this red colour, alright, to make... Oh, I like it already, guys. That's what you want, that blood shiny red. Wow. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go through, we're just going to put on a few paint coats. Alright, to see how it looks. And it's going to take a few passes as well to get the kind of effect that we want. Alright, it's a little bit too dark, this one. I'm not liking that one. Alright, here's the one that I reckon. Yeah, that's the one. Alright, so it's looking quite nice. So we're getting, what's going on is, guys, we're getting that metallic. We're keeping that metallic colour. Right, but it's staying red. Alright, and it's putting on that really, really nice sort of shade on there. Alright, so this is just a simple red, and I'm going to put candy red over it. That's actually not too bad either. That's really nice. Anything on the back there? Yeah, no, nothing. So it's actually not called candy red, so it's called clear red. I keep saying that. It's incorrect. Okay, so it's looking good. I'm just going to go through, do another pass. So we'll take a few passes, guys, with these. Just to like bring it out. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the winner, guys. Well, I forgot to do that one. That was a steel one. Just really get that red on there. It's all about finish at this point. So a little bit more red in there. I am wasting a lot of paint here for testing, but whatever, who cares? It's all good. No dramas at all. Alright, so I'm pretty certain I can rule this one out already. It just looks like way too burnt. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I'm just going to toss that one over here. Let's have a look at some of the other contenders, see how they're going. That's the copper. Alright, damn, it's hard to see what they all are now. That's just a silver. So there's not too much difference in the silvers. The brass looks okay, but again, it's not liking it. Chuck that one. That's just a standard red. You can see here it's looking quite alright. And that's a silver one there. Yeah. Nah, I could pretty much tell straight away, guys, what it will be. I reckon it's going to be that one. To be honest, I reckon that's the go. Just got to make sure I spray over that. It's going to. Alright guys, so I'm just going through as this paint's drying. It's giving me a little bit of a different result. It's looking quite nice. That's just on the red. That's just the red itself. And I don't know if you can actually see that on the camera. It doesn't really come up as well on the camera as what I would have liked it to. But you can still see here it's quite nice. Alright, so this is the other one. It's actually come out quite nice. This is the burnt iron one. Alright, and the one I really like, which is this copper. Right, the Mig copper. So I'll just try to hold that up. This is the one I'm leaning towards at the moment. Right, because you can just see, I'll just turn this light back on so get a bit of shine on it. You can sort of just see that that it's having that really cool candy effect. All right, on it, and it's got that gloss, you know. So I'm liking that one. There are a few more which are really nice as well. So this is a burnt one. Yeah, but look, none of them really cut the mustard. Really, I'm pretty sure it's coming down between those two when it comes to the MIG. Now, bear with me, everybody, because I just want to try two more things. I want to try this Stormhost Silver. Whoa, there goes one of my custodes. There's custodes everywhere. I want to try this Stormhost Silver because that's a pretty popping colour and it works with everything clear paint. And then this. So this is actually something I use for my deep-kin armour. This is Vallejo Liquid Copper, and that's a pretty nice shade. So I reckon I'd like to see the clear red working on this copper. I think this is going to be the bomb, to be honest. It's just got that perfect shade that we might like to get the candy going on. Just give it a bit of a shake. So we can have a chat while I'm doing this and have a look around. So yeah, just basically just shake this guy up. A little bit of Stormhost going on. Alright, if you're interested in any airbrush tutorials or anything like that, just check out my channel under tutorials. They're all in there. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this. Let's just pop a little bit in here. It's quite thick. I don't think I'll need to air it down though. It doesn't really matter. Alright, I'm just going to spray this on. So this silver from Games Workshop, absolutely fantastic silver this. Probably one of their best paints in my opinion. But you can see here, like it's pretty much a really nice consistency, right? It's not too dark, it's not too light. So I think this might work really good, but let's see how we go. So far, the winners are Pure Red with Tamiya Clear Red and Mig Copper with Tamiya Clear Red. And so let's check these two out. Let's see if they can be beaten in the test off. So I will have to let these dry for a little while, guys. I'll turn the camera back off. Save you from that. Just going to clean the airbrush out just a little bit more. Now, yeah, look, I could put this liquid copper through my airbrush. I don't want to though, because it can cause me a lot of dramas later on. It's very hard to clean out. You can do it. I just wouldn't recommend doing it. It's quite difficult to clean out. Alright, because it's actually alcohol based. And yeah, so I'll just grab this brush here. This brush, any brush, this will do. Cheap brush. Use your cheap brushes for this, guys. Never ever use your top brushes. I think that this is going to be the winner. Right, so it's going to be shoddy here, guys. I don't want to get this perfect. It's basically just plopping it on here. Alright, so I can see what the paint looks like afterwards once I put it on top. This copper also has a lot of red in it as well. It's quite a nice consistency too to get going on there on the actual model. Plus, I wouldn't mind using this anyway because I'm going to need to paint on a lot of those parts, because on these models, because I've been playing them for a while and I haven't basically gone through and fixed the painted them properly. I've glued a lot of the parts on. So usually when I'm painting a model like this, I'll keep parts separate for airbrushing. But I'm not basically, haven't done that this time because I needed to take them out. This is the wrong brush for it, everybody, but it's all right. I'm just going to keep that on there. It doesn't really matter. Alright, it doesn't matter if there's a little bit of black on there or anything. Just put that on there, just cover it up just so we can see see exactly what's going down, all right, and just fill up some of those gaps. All right, so I mean, really, what I'd like to do is I'd like to put a few coats on this just to check it out. But for testing purposes, it's very expensive paint, so I'm not going to do that. I reckon I'll be able to make my judgment without it. Just watch out for those little black spikes there, those little black holes. All right, so awesome. And I'll just give that a little while to dry. Make sure whenever you're using these Vallejo Metallics, you make sure you do them up really, really solid. All right, and I might just push that back that way, let it drip over. All right, I think this copper's pretty fantastic, guys. But we shall see. Both these colours are really good. I mean, I'm really liking that finish on the Stormhost silver. All right, that's looking nice too. Let's see how we go. And this one here is just I think that's the burnt iron. No, gunmetal. That's gunmetal. All right, that's actually quite nice too. And as I said, you have to really wait for these things to dry, guys, to actually see the proper results. Once I finish the test, what I'll do, I'll hold the finalists up to the camera properly so you can have a better look at them on the camera and everything like that. Okay, so all right, guys, so we're back. Should be dry enough now for us to do some work on. And you can see we've got a nice angle now on the shades. That's that copper candy red. These are my two favourites so far, and just the red candy red. Guys, I'm thinking this is going to be the go. It's going to have to take a lot from the Vallejo copper liquid metal to knock that out. This was done with the copper from the Mig set. Okay. So those are my favourites anyway, but you let me know. You can like rewind the video if you want and have a look back through the video and see which one you like the best. And that's what my video is all about, guys. Like we do like, you know, outright painting tutorials and kind of all that. You know, but really what Dr. Steve's painting tutorials are about are just experimentation, really, and having a look at, you know, all different ways to do things, different methods. So you can go online, you know, you can copy a tutorial, you know, and just basically copy them, but how do you know that's the best way, you know? So that's why I thought this was a good tutorial, basically to have a look and see, you know, present you with options. Present you with options, like you might like this one better than that one. You know, just because I like that one better doesn't mean that that's the one, right? So that's what it's all about. And I'll be honest with you guys, a lot of people ask me, it's like, oh, Steve, you know, how do you get so good at painting? You know, how do you do all this stuff? And guys, I'll be honest with you, half the time, I'm literally just sitting here experimenting with paint. Literally just sitting there mixing these paints, mixing that paint, going through, mixing stuff up, okay? That's pretty much what I'm doing, like 90% of the time, not 90%, maybe 40, 50% of the time when I'm doing things. All right, so that's basically it. Now let's have a look. Let's get some clear red onto this copper and this metal, and see if it can knock out the Mig copper. Let's have a look. Just make sure that that brush is clean. Just a little bit of residue in there. It's alright, we'll live today. All good. So actually I might just give it a little bit of a clean. You know, because we are putting on the clear red, guys. Usually I wouldn't care too much. The paint just gets mixed in. But in this instance I'm gonna do it because it's basically clear red, and I'm gonna need a little bit of paint, water in the airbrush anyway, to help the clear red go through as well. So look, I'm obviously doing a video here, guys. So if I was doing this on my own, I would be cleaning the airbrush a lot more than what I'm doing now. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and just turbo clean your airbrush as much as you can, alright? Because it's basically, I'm just going to put a little bit more in. It's a bit too much. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright. Now let's get some of this clear red. It doesn't go a long way, this clear red, this Tamiya Clear Red, guys. So be very careful with it. Don't drop it and don't use too much of it. Like I think I've used half a bottle just on these tests already. It's not cheap paint either. Alright, gonna go for the silver first. Just a lot of water in there still. There it goes. Alright, just nice little streaks there. Okay. Now the silver, the Stormhost silver takes a few times to go over it, to get it over there. See, you can see here how it's nice, but it's still very silvery. Right? It's very silvery. It's like, I don't know, like it's not quite the effect I'm looking for. I remember I was talking to a guy at Hobbyco and he's like, oh, you know, you got to do it like this, use a silver. I'm like, man, silver's not going to do it, all right, you know. But a lot of those guys, they don't know what they're talking about. So, you know, they like to. Everyone thinks they can paint. Everyone thinks they know what they're doing, but it's very rare that people actually do. So yeah, I'm not really liking the effect of that at all, to be honest. All right, so here we go. Tamiya Clear Red over the copper. Oh, all right, that's looking interesting. All right, it's not bad. It's not bad, I don't know. It's okay, but it's really looking muted out. I'll do another coat anyway, just gonna thin my paint a little bit here, guys. Yeah, it does take a few coats to get it going. I just feel as though it's losing a lot of that gloss. Yeah, actually, it's looking good. Looking good. We just need to put some more coats on. That's all. Gonna clean my brush tip a little bit. Oh, got a bit of muck there, guys. Yeah, it's clogged up. Because it takes, you know, it can take about 3 or 4 coats to get this on properly, sort of like the way you want it. Try that again. There we go, here it comes. Alright, that is looking quite nice. That is looking quite nice, but let's wait for it to dry. And while we're here, I'll do another coat on the silver. So this red's nice, but it's very metallic. I feel as though it's sort of like a lot better for maybe you know, maybe like 1,000 Suns. And this red on red is very dark. It's kind of more if you're going for the traditional Blood Angels, the Blood Angels thing. Here's what I reckon the winner is. This is that Mig copper. Which I reckon's looking pretty sweet. The other side, it's a silver. That silver's looking really good actually, as well. They're all looking quite good. So the issue I have with that though is the finish. But that's a problem with those Vallejo paints. A lot of the metal colours, they lose a lot of finish. And there's a silver, which is actually quite, damn guys, they're all nice. Try some of the other ones here. Is that burnt? Nah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, no, not that one. Cancel that one out. Brass, no. Yeah, no, that's a burnt one again. Cool. All right, so yeah, let's look. Oh, guys, look, that's very nice and shiny. That one. I don't know if you can see that, but have a look at the reflection on that. It's actually really, really nice. There's the red one. There's the copper. There's the copper. Now, this will actually come in when we varnish this also. And there's the other copper, that's the Vallejo copper. So when we varnish this, it'll help it to dictate the finish. I'm just going through putting some more layers on. Yeah, okay. Nah, the Vallejo one I don't feel is working too well, so I'm gonna chuck that over the top there. So I think that should be it. That's that copper one, which I'm really liking. And if we go over this with metallic varnish, it should add some of that shine to it as well. So yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that copper. The Stormhost silver is actually looking really nice too, though. So yeah. I need to get some varnish on this one to check out the result properly. So I've got this white aluminium here from Vallejo. I just remembered I have that. I wouldn't mind giving that a try. And what I'm about to do, I'm gonna now go ahead and put like a finish on these. So I've got metal varnish, and I'm gonna mix that up. That's Vallejo, and I'm gonna mix this up with a little bit of gloss varnish for the just to give it a little bit of extra pop for the metal. So that's basically what I'm going to do here, so we can see what's going on with the varnishes. Alright, super fantastic everyone. So I've gone through, I've put some of those varnishes down, and you can see that it's really changed the result of the work. Right, so it's just added that extra metallic gloss that I want from it. A little bit of a varnishing technique that I use all the time. A lot of people don't mix their varnishes. Basically, I don't know why, but they just don't. They usually just put on metal or gloss or whatever. But hey, why not go in between halfway? So yeah, this is that Stormhost silver one, and that's looking pretty popping. That's the copper. That copper's looking fantastic. I think, guys, I think that's the go. I think that copper's the go. My only problem with it was before was that it sort of looked a little bit flat. But now I'm kind of like, nah. Now I've put the varnish on it, I reckon it's awesome. So, and that's the red, which isn't looking too bad. Sorry, the other copper. So the other copper, that's actually looking quite nice too. And then that's the Vallejo one. I think it's safe to say we'll just get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, those are the ones that I think are really good. Copper's good. Geez, they're all so good. I don't know which one to choose. You let me know in the comments down below which one you think is the best. I'm gonna just give it another hit of my special varnishing mix. Alright, so you know, you want 2 coats of varnish. Oh, I just really care if I don't drink my varnish, but anyway. Nothing like a little bit of Vallejo gloss varnish on your lips. No, not really. Don't do that, guys. Alright, cool. So that's that one. And you know what? With that gloss, I reckon they're all looking viable. So that gloss just really candies it up, really makes it look good. Alright, so you can see here, it's lovely shade of red there, all across the board. They're pretty close, but this one's a little bit darker, which is I like because it's got, you know, that blood red sort of theme around it. So I knocked that one out, and then this is just a normal red, which is nice too, but I want that candiness. See, it's all about that darkness. We don't want a full black, but we want it sort of copper. Alright, so look, I was pretty sure this is the one I wanted to go with, guys. So, and I think this will be the one. Right, I think this is the one that I'm going to do. Alright, so it should be good. That's some really nice shade of red there for the Blood Angels. Nice and dark, but shiny. Right, and that's Mig Copper Metallic with Tamiya Clear Red on the top. And that is the way we do it, everybody. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to go through and I'm going to have a look at painting some of this stuff up now onto my Blood Angel, now that I know the mixture. And I'll show you what it looks like, I guess, in another video, or I might do some now and see how it goes. Alright. Oh wait, no, I've got to do this one here, the aluminium. So I'll do this aluminium, and then this will be the last one, okay? Alright. Alright everybody, so I've just gone through, I just put this white aluminium on this fork here. And I've got to admit, it's looking pretty wow. I'm pretty impressed with it. If you have a look at that shade, it's pretty epic. This is Vallejo White aluminium metallic, and it's looking really awesome. I'm gonna get some candy red on this bitch, and we're gonna see how we go. All right, so the other shades are looking absolutely fantastic as well, with my secret formula of varnish, my secret formula of focusing. Alright, so you can see there's a nice mix between the metallic finish and the gloss finish, giving it that candy look. Alright, so it's really nice, and still the winner in my opinion, which is the Mig Metallic Copper, because it's a little bit darker. Alright, but see that's that sheen, the ching, it's like Wolverine's claws. It's really cool. Alright, but let's keep going with our experiment. Alright, we could, yeah, so we'll get some of this Tamiya Red on here. See how it looks on that fork. Tamiya Clear Red, that is. We'll probably just need a little bit, starting to run out of this stuff. A little bit of water to thin it down. Should actually be using an eyedropper for this. but I couldn't be bothered. It's all about control, guys. Give it a bit of a shake, give it a bit of a stir. I think this is going to look awesome. Let's check it out. Here comes the red. Probably need to thin this down a little bit actually. It's a little bit too thick, it's not going through. To thin it before, but I just want to get this tutorial done. It's drawing out a little bit longer than what I expected, but that's okay. So yeah, thin that out. Should be a little bit better now. It's very thick, this Tamiya Clear Red. It's like a thick, like honey, even a honey consistency. There we go. All over my spray centre. Alright. So that's coming out, but yeah, I think it's a little bit too light, to be honest. Yeah, it's very, very light. It's a very light colour. Nice though. It's shiny. Shiny as anything. Shiny as anything, guys. Yeah, it's... If you ever want a super shiny red, super washed out red, this is your red. Thousand Suns, this is the way to do it, hands down. If you're going for Thousand Suns, this is what you want. I don't think it's going to get much darker than that. Yeah, so the idea is you've got to let that dry for a little bit, but I'm just looking at the contrast. For this, I don't think it's quite hitting where I want it to hit. To be honest, I do like it, but it's very light. And I'm thinking that this copper is still the best one. Yeah, you can see here it's very, very light in shade. So yeah, that was a bit disappointing, that Vallejo one. Anyway, all good. So let it dry for a little bit, give it another spray. Yeah, alright. No, I've made up my mind, guys. I've made up my mind. My one is this copper. Yeah, definitely this copper red here. This is just way too stark for. It's almost like a pink. It's almost like a pinky color. So I'm not gonna waste any more paint here, guys. I'm just gonna empty this out. I think we've got our winner. I've tried a few methods, everybody. Tried a few mixtures of the Tamiya Clear Red, and I dare say that, you know, we've come up with some good findings. But for the purposes of the Blood Angels Smash Captains, I think that our winner is the Mig copper color. Yeah, again, lovely color there, lovely red. You see here as it's starting to dry, you know, it's looking really nice. Actually, you get a bit of red on that. I don't know, guys, it might be a contender. It's pretty nice. I don't know if it's quite candy red, but it's a very nice metallic red. That's for sure. Jeez, that was a surprise. Lucky I sprayed a little bit more on. I think, you know what, everybody? I think that's the one. I think this is the one. Yeah, because it's got that sort of darkness once you spray a few coats on it that I want, but it's also got that metallic finish. All right, and see, this one I think is a little bit too dark. You know, I think that might be the go. Yeah. So awesome. All right, everybody. So that's a pretty massive experiment there. I'm going to leave the video where it is, and I'm going to do a little bit of these Smash Captains. I'll show you the end result. Nothing special here, guys. So yeah. All right, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Consider subscribing if you like the video. Take care. Oh, and keep rolling.